Alrighty, aloha everyone in another level living land. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Freedom Fridays. So happy that you're here because we are in store for an amazing treat today. So I just want to share with you, like the whole purpose of this show is to support you as the entrepreneur in achieving success and business life harmony, because it really is two sides of the same coin. We never want to get so busy making a living that we forget to make a life. And it is possible to work smarter, not harder, stress less, strengthen our relationships, and lead with much more energy, ease, and momentum. And my favorite, aloha. And, that's what creates our time, money, and emotional freedom. So, I bring you some amazing, amazing entrepreneurs who are rocking it in this industry to be able to share with you their wisdom. And today we have I want you to give our special guest a warm, another level living welcome. Her name is Anna Chen. Anna, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. It's always been a pleasure when we have the previous conversations, and I'm just like, yes, I get to be here today. So I'm happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you here too. And I know that we're going to be in for a treat with all your wisdom that you're going to share with us today. So ladies and gentlemen, let me just share with you how amazing Anna is. Okay. So Anna is a business consultant and spiritual teacher for the past 10 years. And she's actually a business Dharma coach. So she works with entrepreneurs, especially those who are heart-centered, to build better business routines through several of her works in the business tarot and archetypes and understanding their career paths. And actually envisions sharing the wisdom of ancient archetypes and their applications in leadership, team building, and career development, and helping her audience show up as the real self in business without worrying about their what others see of them. This is something that's so huge because Anna, we just finished our whole series on regaining focus. And one of the things we talked about was overcoming the opinions of other people. And she also helps them with nurturing better business relationships and also building a business that they love. And what she's going to be talking about today is so cool. She's going to be talking about how we can find your business blueprint. Like, do you want to be able to build a business that you love? Do you want to be able to stay true to your value while earning money? Oh my God, so good. And if you want to build a team that has your back, then you definitely want to listen into this conversation. Anna, I'm so happy that you're here.
Yay. I'm very happy to be here because I'm like, there's so many commonality. That's what we found out when we had that initial first conversation. We're like, oh my God, this is like two sides of the same coin. How you live your life is how you live your business, kind of a thing. And then I was like, yes, exactly. That's what I really believe in. And then, so a lot of what I do is coming back to who you are and really maximize your strengths. And then if you have things that you're not good at, that's totally okay. Either you're going to find hacks to how to overcome those weaknesses, or you find somebody else that has that strength and then to join your team. And so you are speaking my language here, Heather.
This is so good. Thank you so much, Anna. Like, okay, because seriously, a lot of times people think that it's like they're going against the wind, right? They're going the hard route. And then it's like they want to be able to give up. But what we're teaching them, especially the side that you're showing them, is how to go with the wind, right? How to be able to own that uniqueness and step fully into it. So tell us, please tell us. I'm so ready to hear this wisdom. I don't know about y'all, but if you don't have your pen, get your pen and get ready for some amazing wisdom. So how can we be able to even start this path?
Well, how about let's start with a simple quiz.
Okay.
It's a very easy 3-question quiz. You're going to find out whether you are better at marketing or sales.
Okay.
3 questions. Okay. So I hope that most of our listeners here have had the experience looking for a job. Okay. So at some point in your life, if you have written a resume before, now here's the thing. Imagine looking at your past, are you better at writing a killer resume of getting an interview? Or are you better at going into the interview and have a killer interview and get the job? Which one are you better at?
So good. Okay, so first one, are you better at being able to write the resume and to put in for the interview, or are you better at going in and just rocking the job? Oh, that's so good. So can I answer these? This is really
Yes, please.
okay.
Yes, please.
So everyone put it in the chat. Like, which one are you good at? For me, dang. Okay, what if you're good at both? Like, and it just took because of a lot of like the background and everything. But I see like even going into the interview and shining, right? Just be like I already am confident in the credentials of where it's gonna be, and then going in and just rocking it. That's my takeaway. Okay.
Awesome. So that's question number one. Okay. Question number two. Which of the following activities do you enjoy more of? Okay. And then it kind of gives you energized throughout the day. One is writing content. So that could be like, writing like when you're a student, when you're writing your essays, you're writing your thesis, if you go on to do post-secondary, or it could be like writing for your post when you're sharing on social media.
Okay.
So that's choice number one. So writing something.
Okay.
Presenting your value. Now, the second one is just love to talk to people throughout the day, and it just kept you energized. When you feel like you're like, oh, I can't move on, and immediately someone come into your stratosphere and start talking to you, you're like, oh my God, energized bunny.
I think I'm totally number two. Like, I mean, I'm good with content. Even that's probably one of the reasons why I like doing videos more than I like, doing other stuff. Cause it's like, okay, you just show up and talk and it just comes out. So yeah, I'll go with number two.
Okay, awesome. And then the number three, which one do you enjoy doing more of? Okay. So option number one is write up an invitation to invite your friends to come join your party. Okay. So you're like writing like thank you letters, writing invitations. And then the second choice is you love telling people, oh my God, this is the book that you should read. You should watch this movie. You should like totally try out this restaurant, giving out recommendations.
Good.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
What if you're torn between that one too? Okay, not really. Okay. So for me, probably I'll be good at the second one, just being able to be like, okay, hey, I read this book or I checked this out, or there's this new software you should check out. Like, yeah, I can do that much easier than. And it's interesting, I think about this, Anna, because as business has evolved, I used to be that part where I hated the invite. And now I'm like more peaceful with it. So there's no charge on it. But I'm totally that person who'll be able to show up and it's like, if they got a question, oh, check this out, check this out, check this out. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Okay. So if your answer is mostly B, you're great at sales.
Nice. Yay, I did it.
And so if you're good at sales, and then that doesn't mean that you're like, it's your job, you're constantly selling. It just means that you're good at giving recommendation. You're good at getting people to say yes, or to get them to really answer to your offer. That's what you're good at. So it doesn't have to be monetarily involved. And if you have mostly A's, that means that you're great at marketing. You're great at presenting your values, getting other people see you and witness you. And so it doesn't have to be monetarily tied in together. It could be just, for example, I always say, if you're great at dating, getting people to like see your value, isn't that kind of just like marketing, right? And then if you're good at getting people to say yes to you, right? Even as a parent, if your child is good at saying yes to you, not because like you're the parent, you're great at sales.
Good. That's so good. So I see how this can be applicable to both business and life, right? Like, it's so funny because I guess one of the things that, because of what you just said in your quiz, so before the marketing or before the selling is ideally marketing, right? And there's a lot of times this big resistance, especially was for me in marketing. And so then I was like, I had to do some mindset resets and switch patterns to really be able to step into like actually being able to get selling,
Yeah. It was very interesting because I had a mentor um, who used to be a dating coach and then transitioned into being a marketing coach. And then later on, what ended up happening was that when I had this conversation with him, I said to him, like, yeah, I can totally see why you made the switch, because I'm listening to some of the dating books just for fun. And then I'm hearing like, oh, this is how you do marketing. This is how you market yourself. So if some of you are like not good at marketing and you want to give it a crack, like pick up a dating book and just listen through it, like, or read it with like fresh eyes. It's like, this is how you market yourself.
Such a good tip, everyone listening. Totally, totally good tip, because yes, that's exactly. It's like the dance. It's like being able to understand other people's language, your language, how to make that connection. Because when that is strong, then it makes actually the selling and serving much more easier.
Mhm.
Wow. So how can we be able to apply this? How can we be able to go from like just this quiz and understanding what our strengths are and
Mhm.
going to the next step?
Yeah. So if you are great at marketing, then you focus more on how you find the right channel of social media to get reach your audience, because we come back to the concept of your immediate fan. It's like having best friends, right? They're attracted by who you are. So your immediate fans, your immediate audience, they're going to be attracted by who you are. So if you are great at marketing, pick the social media that actually matches your personality and your business that you're trying to build. Or maybe if this is for fun, but pick the right one, because then you're going to find out even though people say, oh, all social media, there's users that kind of have all the accounts across all social medias, but then they're very specific. Like, for example, I see more people who are on the tech industry use Twitter versus the other social media. Like, I don't have a Twitter at all. Like, it was just never a bandwagon for me, and like I never hop onto the bandwagon, and I never took off, never.
I
Right.
tried it and I was just like, yeah, this isn't working for me. It just wasn't, right?
Yeah, and yet I found out a lot of people who are have more leniency into like having a stronger coordination profile, or they're more into the tech industry, that tend to use Twitter more often than the other ones.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah,
So it defines like where we show up, right? Like
yeah.
where ideally we want to be able to connect with other people. Awesome. And what else? What else can we be able to utilize with this information, like to be
Yeah.
able to get
And
us to the
then
next
if
step?
you're on the sales side, you're a great speaker. That's what it is, right? You're a great speaker. And so then it's finding out, hey, who can I talk to get to a stage, right? And then make sure that because you're a great speaker, you need to speak to people. So whether it's in person or whether it's virtual, you need to have that platform and start talking to people. So it's going to be more of a video base or podcast base versus just direct post, right? Marketing. People who are getting attracted to marketer, they're great at reading. They're getting more used to reading posts. They like the visual stuff. Whereas the people who are getting attracted by speaker, they want the audio part. They want the visual part. They want to see the animated version instead of a still picture, right? So being able to notice that slight difference when you do your business is going to be very helpful.
Oh, that's so good. I mean, just listening to you, right? It takes for those of y'all who are may have been, that's one of the things I usually hear. There's this common issue and struggle with marketing, and even before the marketing, it's the branding, it's knowing who you are, how you serve. Like I'm sure you're able to help them with those deep level value things, right? So that just makes it so much easier to be able to move the needle through towards business success.
Yeah, and then I ran across a interesting sort of observation, because I have a lot of friends who went into marketing, right? And then they're like, oh, this is what my job is. And so they get trained at being good at marketing. And however, deep down inside, they are actually a speaker. So
Ah.
there's a speaker that is good at marketing, and which is great. But then they're like, no wonder some of the stuff just never feel like, when it's okay when I do it for a job, when I'm getting paid like on a monthly basis, right? But when I get to be an entrepreneur, I don't know why that it's not working as well. And then I was like, we did the quiz, and then I was like, yeah, because you're a speaker, you need to start speaking more. Like, that's why.
That's so good. I talked to several people all throughout the last several years that I've been doing this business. And one of the things that I hear quite a bit is this need to get the message out there. And I tell them, I was like, if you don't put your message out there, you become the world's best kept secret. But then I guess what you're helping them fill in the gap, what I know is that you're helping them fill in the gap. Okay, how to best put your message out there. So
Yeah.
therefore, it aligns right with you and naturally who you are, as compared to trying to put into the box of what
Yeah.
people have put on us. That's
Yeah.
just
Yeah. And I definitely have convinced a number of speakers, because then they went through a marketing course, and I was like, why? Like, you need to get out of here. Like, marketing, like writing posts is gonna kill your drive and kill your motivation. You need to start speaking. The rest of the pieces of the puzzle is gonna fall into place, because then you're gonna be like, oh, I need to go speak on a stage. Oh, I need a lead magnet. What's a lead magnet? And then that's your natural drive to learn all the marketing stuff,
nice.
instead of being stuck in a marketing course and try to get all the things going before start speaking. So it's the other way around for speakers.
And what I love also, one of the parts in your bio that you mentioned about building a team, like, so even the things that you're not necessarily the greatest at, like for me, that part where you're talking about, oh, writing up content. And so, no, I have an amazing team that actually supports me and they take care of that. And we set it out and that structure. And so therefore it's there. And then I do my nice little videos that go in hand with the content. So it just works out really well. Like that part about not thinking that you have to be perfect with everything,
Mhm.
right?
Right, absolutely. Because like, one of the things that I do with my clients is that I help them realize that what is your primary profile and then your two secondary ones. Because, like, for example, my primary is actually the advisor. So I'm great at giving out advices, building relationship. However, when it comes to marketing, I actually don't have a marketing profile. My secondary ones were leadership and then also sales. So then I'm kind of like, okay, great. I don't have a marketing profile. What do I do? And I have to pick one. I have to pick one that kind of, okay, I'm going to wear this hat today and then see if it fits, right? And then finally I pick one. And now because now I know, like, okay, for this marketing profile, it's all about purpose. So then I have to start driving my marketing material and talking about purpose. And so yeah,
Oh,
that's
God.
some of my stuff.
Okay. Okay. So now I know that a lot of our listeners are really, really keen to want to get to know how they can work better with you and how they can be able to learn more. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you have loved the slice of heaven that she has shared with us today. So, how can we be able to stay connected with you? Do you have anything that you can be able to offer us for us to continue this relationship with you?
Yeah, I'm glad that you asked, because I recently started my YouTube channel. And then, of course, it's something about purpose. It's called Rise with Purpose. And I just started it a couple weeks ago. So there's going to be more material coming out. And we already have 2 videos on there. One is talk about how to build your entrepreneurial fast track. And then the second one that we just released is I do have what it takes to be an entrepreneur. So yeah.
So good, so good. So I know that the links will be in the chat below, but go ahead and give us what's the how can we search, what do we search for to get to your YouTube
Yeah. So if you search Rise with Purpose, it
channel?
should come up. That's a channel name. And then that's it.
Nice. Okay. I love it. I love it. Well, congratulations on getting the message out there and stepping into your leadership and your speaking that you're naturally so good at. And what would be, I guess, big picture, big takeaway, the last nugget that you would love to leave us with today?
Yeah, I think it really comes back to what we talked about earlier. It's like really getting to know yourself. And somebody shared, there's like a YouTube video that I was watching. It says, the best way to self-realization, actualization, and healing is through entrepreneurship.
So good. It's so good. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we're here. We talk about how entrepreneurship is freedom, right? That ability to be able to fully express, fully shine in whatever unique and natural gift and talent that you have with the world. So therefore you can be of best service and receive all the most amazingness that you're called to receive just as a result of your presence and your being able to give and share your message to the world. Anna, thank you so much for blessing our stage today. This was so amazing. I want everyone who's listening to put your comments and your takeaways in the chat below. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to Anna's channel, so therefore you can be able to get to know and reconnect this relationship with her more and learn. I'm so ready to learn some more from you on this journey. And also for those entrepreneurs who are listening, remember that we have our Aloha Business Network and Connect that we do every third Thursday. So the next one is coming up soon. Make sure you come, because here's the thing. If we don't share our message, just like Anna was saying, we become the best kept secret. And there's a big prosperity empowered with networking and partnership and collaborations. I'm just a tour guide. I hold the space for people to show up, and the connections that are made are just so beautiful. And that's what it's about. Both of us are talking about how you don't have to go the battle alone. When you have support, the right connections, everything falls into place. So Anna, thanks so much again for being here. This was such a precious, precious gift today.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Heather. It's been a blessing for me.
Awesome. Yes, I'm so glad. And everyone in Another Level Living Land, we look forward to seeing you again on another episode of Freedom Fridays. Have an amazing weekend and enjoy the journey. And remember that freedom and victory is already yours. All you have to do is walk into it and let the staircase unfold naturally how it's supposed to. All right, everyone, we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.